So our talk today is ushering in new thought while letting go of the old. We hold the blueprint within us. So today I want to talk about how we no longer must hold on to the thought of suffering and shame to achieve as a human. That's kind of an old thought, right? Kind of the old way of thinking. And it kind of ties to the fact that we were kind of taught that we were born sinners. I know I was taught that, but we were not born sinners, and we're not needing to repent. We are all divine energy from birth, and we have this blueprint that was put in us that we are brought into the world with. And we have love and light full inside of us. And so I think letting go of that old thought of being these bad people, if you will, for lack of a better word, that came into this world, and we had to work hard to fix that from birth. Like we had to come out and be like, okay, if there's something wrong with me, I need to work on this for the rest of my life. What an unsettling thought. What a way to come into the world already kind of suffering, right? Already kind of feeling like there's something wrong with us. Whew. That is such a sad thing. But that's an old thought, and it's not the truth, and it's not the thought that we carry in us. So we're at a point right now where we're in a transformation stage. It's the beginning, and we are the key to how it starts. As we open our hearts and our minds to new thought, we become the example of what is possible in the evolution of humans. In the human experience, we have both dark and light inside of us. And many of us are afraid of the dark, but many of us are even more afraid of the light. Because we don't want to stand out. We don't want to sound different. We don't want others to judge us. So we tend to stay complacent and play along. We all have visions of what could be inside of us, but reality is noisy. It's distracting. So sometimes we don't even know what is us and what is influencing us, what is our thought and what is other thoughts that have been placed there throughout our lives. So that's where meditation in all forms becomes so important. Not just important, like it needs to be something part of our lives. And meditation comes in all forms, right? Like going out and walks in nature, cooking, doing art, music, like we talk about it a lot. There's several ways we can meditate, but we need to be making it something that we need as much as food and water. Like meditation and getting in tune with ourselves should be a priority, because that's where the message is. That's where the thing that we're carrying, that we're supposed to be sharing, is in that area where the quiet is. And if we don't hear it, it's because we're letting the noise of reality kind of cloud that. So meditation needs to become something, however you do it, that is a priority. I love Abraham Hicks. I talk about it a lot. And the tap in, tune in, that is the reality we need to really be focusing on, is tapping in and tuning in to that inner voice. When you clear your thoughts, you reveal the truth. That's just what it comes down to. And even though your truth may sound silly or different, or you're like, this can't be right, we start second guessing ourselves. It's not. It is the truth. It may be woo-woo to some people, but it's the truth. And the more you believe it, the more you accept it, the more you're able to share it. The new thought, the vision in you, it's your message. So you have to learn to trust your message. You use it to build new thought and form new energetic vibrations. We talk about us being energetic beings. Our thought is our energy. So what we're thinking is what we're putting out. We want to create that new thought energy. We want that because we are beacons. So that energy comes out, we put it into the overall energy of the whole world. And, so the more we're putting in, the more that thought is growing. Those vibrations are felt by all. They truly have an effect. It may be a ripple in a large ocean, but as we all put those thoughts in, we become this massive wave that erases the old and ushers in the new. So even though we feel like, oh, I'm this little thought, it's not important, or it's not going to make a big difference, it does. It makes a huge difference. But you have to trust it. You have to believe in it. You can't second guess it. You can't think, oh, I'm silly. I'm making these things up, or what am I talking about? No, you have to believe it. Your soul is calling you to be more. Your soul is stretching you to be more. We have the inner drive to grow. This is the way, as the Mandalorian said. In Taoism, they teach Wu Wei. It means effortless action. Being totally in your energy, creating a new world, while at the same time having no attachments. So basically, it's being okay. Even though there's crazy chaos happening all around us, we have to be okay with that. Let go of our attachment to that. And be working towards changing it, making this place what it's meant to be. But that's what we actually have to do. By enjoying life and finding those joys and focusing on them and not letting the other things around us tear us down. That is the key. It is so important that we release our attachments to the old thought process. So I like that idea because we just celebrated 250 years of America. So it seems like a perfect time to speak on being old. There is a lot about the last 250 years that we can be proud of, for sure. There really is. But the rest are examples of humans evolving out of harmony with nature and with their true calling. We got kind of lost along the way. We got sidetracked. But just like in D&D, which is Dungeons and Dragons for anybody who doesn't know, we never know where our choices will lead us. We never know where the path is going to go. That's the human experience in a nutshell. We don't get to predict what's ahead. Instead, we get to prepare ourselves for how we're going to take on what comes ahead. But we do have a guidance system in us. So you might not know the path, but you have a guide. And it's not just your inner being. That's definitely part of it. It's not just Divine One, but it's all around you. Everything we see, everything we hear, this is guidance. Nature holds the blueprint just like we do. Nature knows what path we're supposed to be on. So we have to understand that along with the blueprint being as us, the blueprint's all around us, but we have to be in tune, we have to be tapped in, tuned in, we have to be listening to our feelings. But the more we study nature, we can incorporate the rhythm and the concepts. The more in balance we become with Mother Earth, and the more in balance we become with ourselves. We were sent here at this time in the cusp of the ages to usher in a new thought. There is a reason we have always felt indifferent on the way our society lives, and we felt like we were outcast, when actually we were the messengers. We were sent here to share the message. We're not the outcast. There are many ways we can share our message. It starts with us living the message and being the example. And like we always say, it always starts with us. We have to be open to new ideas and ways of living. And like I said, we use our feelings to guide us. So have you ever had somebody sing a song so beautifully that you felt the goosebumps all over your body? And you just feel like, it's hard to explain, right? That's just that feeling. You know, I'm even getting it now just thinking about it, where your whole body just kind of tingles and you just feel like, that's the good stuff. You know? I get that when I see a gorgeous sunrise or a gorgeous sunset, you know? Or when I see some beautiful art. I got to go to Miss Megan's art show and there was a piece of her art I couldn't stop looking at. I eventually bought it and kept drawing me to it. But it was giving me those tingles, that good feeling. You know that feeling. And maybe it seems like you don't feel that very often. So when it happens, you're like, oh, this is special, this is awesome. But we can feel that way in other things in life. It's kind of our guidance. Like the more we're going the right way, the more we're doing these things we're meant to do, the more we're going to have that feeling. I get that feeling when I talk to you guys. That's why I know I'm supposed to do it. Because I feel so good all over when I'm doing it. And there aren't many things in my life that give me that feeling. So that's how we know we're doing the right thing. Now when I'm having my stress and anxiety and my head feels like it's twisted up in knots and I can't even think clearly, I'm not going the right way. I'm not doing the right thing. But, you know, I might still do it, and I'm like, oh, I feel so awful, I feel so, you know, and I might not necessarily go in and look at it and be like, why was I feeling this way? But I'm trying to really recognize when I'm feeling that way, I need to really dig in, why am I feeling this way? Why is it, what direction did I go that I need to go, how else could I have taken this differently? Like, it's really evaluating and analyzing, what am I doing, where am I going, and why is this making me feel that way? Because it's easy to get kind of like, oh, this is normal, this is life, I'm supposed to have anxiety, I'm supposed to be stressed, I'm supposed to, you know, because the world around us makes us think that's normal, everybody's doing it, it must be the way we're supposed to be. You know? I mean, isn't that right? I mean, anxiety is at an all-time high, and that's just from what's reported, so, yeah, and stress, oh, we're stressed, that's the human experience. It doesn't have to be. I'm convinced it doesn't have to be. And just like I said, that's my message, and it might sound a little crazy, but I believe it's true. I believe it's true. We have unbelievable ability to adapt to things. What a cool thing as a human that we can adapt to any kind of situation. I have a girlfriend that has gone through unbelievably horrible, sad things in her life. And her thing that she loves to brag about is, yeah, but I'm adaptable. I'm adaptable. I can just roll with it. And I said, and you're right. And I said, yeah, and I love that about you, but I want you to know that is not a specific thing to you. That's a human thing. That's a human thing that we can adapt to things. That's how we survive. That's how we're still here. But it's not necessarily something to be proud of. We think it is. But it's not, because when we're adapting, we're not trying to figure out why are we feeling this way, what can we do differently. We're just accepting, we're becoming complacent. And I'm not trying to criticize people for that. I mean, that's how we all become, think and feel. But it also comes because of society and people around us telling us that this is normal and this is how we're supposed to be. We have been conditioned to go with the flow, to blend in, not cause interruption in the current mindset. It's a tradition. That's something that we say a lot. It's a tradition. We got to do this. It's a tradition. It's how it's always been. But we are ever-evolving beings. The planet, the universe, everything is evolving constantly. There's no stopping it. It's science. It's how it is. We were never meant to be stagnant. We were never meant to be held down by tradition. We don't owe it anything. We were meant to learn and grow and change and never stop that. So we have to release ourselves from the fear of changing, breaking tradition, doing things differently, sounding like we're crazy when we talk about things. What are the possibilities when we open up to new thought and we release the old? They're endless. Possibilities are endless. Not a dream or a fantasy. It will be the future of humanity. That is the direction we are going. I really think that's why a lot of times the older generation struggles to understand the younger generation, because it's different thought. The younger generation, their thought process is moving forward, and we kind of get lagging back in the back, like, okay, well, we got to hold on to these old thoughts because these young people are trying to change things and make things different. Exactly. You better believe they are, because that's what they're here for. And guess what? So are we. But we kind of get older and we start thinking, well, no. These young kids, they don't know what they're doing. And we know how things are because we've been here longer. Well, yeah, we know how things are as far as we know how things can go. We know when we make one decision one way, it goes this way, and when we go this way, it goes that way. So absolutely, we can help the young people, we can assist them, give them guidance on some levels, but we can't force our traditions and old ways of thought on them, because now we're just trying to hold back the evolution of humanity. And that's not our job at all. That's the opposite of what we're here for. But society convinces us that, tells us this is how it's supposed to be. You're older now, you're supposed to pass down the traditions and keep them going and don't change it. But that's not true. I love spending time with my young adult children because I learn from them every day. They teach me so much. And then I just teach them how to be more in tune. Because I think that's our job as we get older, is we tend to get better at hearing ourselves and listening to ourselves, and so then teaching them, like my kids now at 28 and 32, they are more in tune with themselves and their feelings than I ever was at that age. And I love that for them. And I just encourage them to keep being that way, you know? I don't try and push anything, old thought process onto them. And they are just excelling in a way I never thought possible. So the possibilities are endless. No longer do we have to mask and put up false identities to blend in with the masses. We need to take our mask off. We need to be true to who we really are and what our body feels and how we think about things because of that feeling. We don't need to hide it anymore. Don't be afraid to be seen. Don't be afraid to be heard. Like Sun Dragon said, somebody's waiting for you. That was a perfect entrance into this, because that's exactly it. We all have a message, we all have a gift, and somebody's waiting for it. So don't hide it, don't mask it, let it shine. Like I said, we all have the blueprint within us for a world full of love and light, where every being is in touch with their true selves and their gifts, where we are more in tune with our intuition and our third eye, and we see clearly the path and the miracles that lie ahead. So I ask you today, when you leave here, to tap into your true self, to listen for your message, and then share your message. Be the beacon of light that you were sent here. You were not sent here in sin, you were sent here in light. Let that light shine, baby. Don't hide it. You have always been, let's see, be the beacon of light you have always been. And together we can usher in the new world we have all been longing for. Right? So let's go out and do it. I believe in you. Go share your message, because somebody's waiting for it. Thank you.